Hi, welcome back to my Nichi Japan vid. Today I want to talk about kanjis. So, if you're not familiar with kanjis, this might not be as interesting. So if you can't read them, if you don't understand Japanese language yet, I'll try to make it a bit more accessible for everyone. So if you don't know kanji, I have a video about it. Each kanji has its own meaning, its ideogram. In Japanese, they have several readings because they have their original Japanese reading, they have the Chinese reading, and they also imported the Chinese reading during several period. It's a mess. Anyway, they usually have one or more meaning. Let's say they have a meaning. And they have multiple readings. Okay, let's start with this kanji. So I want to talk about this kanji because I think it's a kanji that represents Japan, kind of. So this kanji is read as wa. I'm writing the hiragana here. This is the romaji wa. Yeah, I'm not gonna attempt to write it because my writing is horrible. So this is the kanji. And this kanji is used to represent Japan. Japan in the past was called Yamato, so this is read as Yamato. Super unusual reading because this is kanji for big die. This is what normally you would think that this should read as Daiwa, but it's Yamato. And I believe that was Japan's name in the past. Eh, anyway, uh, forgive if I'm mistaken. But why is this wa kanji interesting? Well, this wa is used as a prefix for things Japanese. So here we have the kanji. This is shitsu, which means room, right? It's shitsu. And this is obviously wa. So this is washitsu. What's a washitsu? A washitsu is a Japanese room. Wow. It's a room, the rooms that have tatami on the floor. Tatami is like this Japanese mattress, just kind of like uh, that's a bit thick. I'm sorry, not mattress. I'm making things up. Why is it called? Tatami. What's tatami in English? Carpet, like rug? Not really. It's stiff, but it's the flooring. I guess flooring. Yeah. Uh, it's kind of like the flooring, but not really. It's softer. It's like thicker. It's warm. You can sleep directly on it. I used to basically almost all of my 5 years in Japan. I slept directly on tatami. It's just nice. Good for your back, I think. Better than like bed futon. Futon is like you guys know futon, right? The things you sleep on directly on the floor. I bought a cheap one because I'm cheap. Uh, and my back just hurt. And during summer, it was too hot. I started sleeping on the tatami. It just got better. During winter, I still had my sleeping bag though, but yeah. Anyway, so tatami. And they also have usually the sliding door, which I forgot the name, which I should know, but yeah, sliding doors, right? So, those rooms with the sliding doors, the tatami, those are called washitsu. And even Japanese houses, I think modern ones, sometimes they still have at least one or two washitsu. Just for the vibes, I think. I'm not sure. For the older people, or I feel like it's for the vibes, but yeah. Washitsu, Japanese room. And then normal room would not be called washitsu, it's a yoshitsu, like Western room. Wafuku. Fuku. Fuku here means clothes. And wafuku means Japanese clothes. What, for example? Well, hakama. If you guys know this, hakama. Uh, dogi. Uh, the one you use for, what's it called? Like martial arts, right? The top. Uh, Kimono, obviously. Kimono, yukata. These are called wafuku because they are traditional Japanese clothes, right? The wa here means Japanese. Uh, yeah, as a prefix here. Fuku clothes. Normal clothes, normal. Like t-shirts. That clothes that Japanese people use are also called Western clothes nowadays. Yofuku, or just fuku, right? Because it's like what people use most of the time. And then here, if you study Japanese language, you would know this kanji. which is the kanji for taberu, which means eat, but here it's read in its Chinese. I mean, it's in ongyomi. I don't know how Chinese this is. Shoku. So this is wa shoku. Shoku here in this context means food. So Japanese food. What? Sushi. Uh, what else? Ooh, sashimi. Sashimi. I'm gonna have to guess chawan mushi maybe, or is that a sweet? No, I guess chawan mushi. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which what's what. Right. What I think are not ramen. This is interesting. Most Japanese people thinks that ramen is from China, and most Chinese people thinks that ramen is Japanese. And anecdotally, okay, let's not say most. The people I've met while I was in Japan, the Japanese one, some of them, no, the one I talked to about ramen said that ramen is from China. It's not like an actual one of the Japanese noodles, because Japanese noodle, yeah, we have like soba, right? You have soba, you have udon. I believe udon is Japanese, right? A bit question mark. I'm not sure. I think it is, but yeah. But ramen is actually Chinese, because it probably did come from China. The thing is, as far as I know, in China they have many kind of noodles, and they're like very specific about their noodles, and they're like ramen. No, no, this is from Japan. Like this is not ours. We have our own noodle. We have like already thousands of noodles. So yeah, I I think that's what happened. That's why Japanese people think it's from China and Chinese people think it's from Japan. I don't know. Uh, do correct me if I'm wrong. Then we have tempura, which I don't know if Japanese people think this is Japanese, but I do know they mostly agree that this is like around came to Japan around the 15th century or the 16th, and this is from Portuguese people who Portuguese who brought the concept of deep frying, as far as I know. So tempura. Uh, I have a Japanese friend who's a chef. He said like, "Oh, this is Portuguese." I don't know if he said Portuguese food per se, but like this is of Portuguese origin. So in the 15th century or something. And then what else is not Japanese? Kare, right? I mean, it's there's Japanese kare, but like kare is actually from India. It went to England and then it went to Japan, right? So yeah. So but otherwise, yeah. Your sashimi, your I think soba maybe, I'm not completely sure, but definitely sashimi, sushi, probably your sabayaki, shio sabayaki, right? Your fish, uni would be washoku. Yes, washoku. And then we have here gakki. Gakki is instrument. Gakki. Gakki. Musical instrument. Wagaki, Japanese musical instrument. If you're cultured, like I am, you would have heard of Wagaki Bando, which is a band that blends Japanese music. I'm sorry, like it's a normal band, modern band with electric guitar, drums, and so on. But they also blend Japanese traditional instruments such as the koto, which is what's a koto? Oof. A koto is like a string instrument that you pluck that has many, many, many string. It's like a harp, I guess. That's the closest thing. Or is there anything closer? I feel like the closest thing in like Western instrument is a harp. I'm sure many like world instrument are way more similar to koto than a harp. It's very far away because a harp is like, you know, I'm not even drawing a harp. I know, okay. But you know, like a harp is, how is a harp? It's like this, and then it's like this. I don't know, but like there's nothing underneath it. It's like, well, a koto, you have like a box, and then the string are like this, and then you have many strings. I'm drawing nonsense. Please do Google image, koto, and then You have shamisheng. Shamisheng is guitar or bass, but like it doesn't have a hole. It's instead, I think this is like cat leather or something is from dog or cats. I don't know. I might be making that up as well. I'm sorry. Forgive my lack of research. I did promise low quality videos. And then you have shakuhachi, which is like the big Japanese flute. You have fue, which is the small Japanese flute, and taiko, the Japanese drum, and so on. And they just blend it together. It's a fusion band, and it's beautiful. I think they mostly, at least originally, played a cover of Vocaloid songs. I'm sure they have their own song too as well right now, but really good. Wagaki Bando. I mean, if you're into music, yeah. So wagaki, Japanese traditional instrument, the one I mentioned before, all Japanese traditional instrument, the fue, shakuhachi, koto, shamisen, taiko, are all uh, are all that, right? And now let's move on to this. If you know this kanji, uh, this is the kanji for cow, and it's read as gyu. Yay, wagyu. So gyu here means beef. So wagyu means Japanese beef. Yeah, not really. Not really. Wagyu turns out not Japanese beef. I think the term originated because it was in Japan, but the cow that's used for wagyu is not like a cow from Japan. I read the wiki. I can't recall exactly where it's from. I think it's from America. It was imported. They raised it there. I don't know. Probably they used some raising technique that's good or something, and they got the wagyu. You know, the famous Kobe wagyu and stuff. But yeah, it's not exclusive Japanese. You can get wagyu. I don't know, from other places too. So yeah, turns out here it's a bit of a misnomer. Yeah. And then here we have heiwa, which just means peace. Peace. Not, no, actually, yeah, it is. I was just saying, like, not the pose, peace pose, but yeah, the peace pose come from this word as well. Peace, right? And come in peace. So that's heiwa. So it is a beautiful word in itself. And this is reiwa. So this is the year we're in, the name of the emperor, which is a good video idea. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. We're talking about what we've been talking about what today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. See you in the next video. Goodbye.